I've trapped Haaland and Mbappe at two English non-league clubs for 20 seasons. Which of them will take their club further? Hey, how's it going? Kenny here and welcome back to another experiment video where this time round I've taken Erling Haaland and I've taken Kylian Mbappe, taken them out of the Champions League and I've put them in the English non-league for 20 seasons. Well, those of you who've been around here for a while, been around the channel you'll know that I did this video last season on last year's FM with Haaland and Mbappe. Did it for 15 seasons that time. Unfortunately, neither one of them could take their club any higher than bottom of the Championship, with Erling Haaland managed to do with Weymouth, and obviously, as I say, got promoted to the Championship, finished bottom in their maiden season in the Championship. Mbappe, who was at Wealdstone, struggled to ever really get anything going, to be honest. I think he got up to League One with Wealdstone there, but unfortunately no further. So this time round I've come back and I'm doing it all again, this time for 20 seasons, although let's be honest, the season 15 to 20 might be pretty pointless because I'll be pretty old at that point, but we'll see anyway. Give them a little 5-year advantage to see if they can actually get to the Premier League or not. Mbappe is at Maidenhead, as you can see there, and Erling Haaland is at Maidstone. Yes, they are two different teams, Maidenhead and Maidstone, both playing in the Vanarama National League, and both strong favourites to get relegated in the National League as well. So I put those two at these two clubs. Mbappe is at Maidenhead, as I said. He joins PSG on the 1st of July 2042 when he's in the ripe old age of 43 years of age. So that's very interesting. He's on £500 a week for Maidenhead until 3rd of June 2042. Have that transfer in there, the future transfer, to make sure that he doesn't get signed by any other clubs, which, let's be honest, he probably would do, wouldn't he? Let's be honest. So he's strapped at Maidenhead for 20 seasons. Let's see what he'll do for them. Hopefully one of them can get up to the Championship again and go a bit further than bottom of the Championship this time round, because, as I said, Haaland did it with Weymouth the last time around of this experiment, but not much further than that. And Haaland, he's at Maidstone. Again, similar, joining Man City on 1st of July 2042. He will be 41, though, I believe. Yeah, Haaland will be 41 when he rejoins Man City. So a couple of years younger than Mbappe. He's on £500 a week as well with Maidstone. So yeah, very interesting to see what will happen here. Hopefully they can get off to a good start and we can start seeing them climb the leagues very, very quickly. Without further ado, I'm going to fast forward to 5 seasons in the future. Will any of them be playing in a higher division? Before we get started with the first results, please remember, guys, that if you like this video, hit that like button for me. It'd really help this video get seen by more people. And also, if you're new around here and interested in seeing more content like this, then do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out as well, and he'd much appreciated. So let's get started with the results then. It's been 5 seasons so far, as I said. What division are they playing in? Well, Mbappe is playing in League 1 with Maidenhead, so that's quite decent in just 5 seasons. And Haaland is only playing in League 2, but they're both climbed up divisions. Let's check out how they've done for their respective clubs as well. Mbappe, first of all. Well, first thing to notice is he hasn't actually got any more caps for France since in the last 5 seasons, so that's disappointing. Not that it's too surprising though, but if they actually looked about how good Mbappe is, they probably would call him up to the squad. He's lost some pace as well. He's gone down from 20 acceleration to 19 and 20 pace to 19. So slow now. He's so slow. But anyway, let's check out Mbappe's recent results. Well, they actually got promoted we got back-to-back promotions in the first 2 seasons. Mbappe scoring 38 goals and 15 assists in the league that season. 47 goals and 18 assists in all competitions. Not too bad. Not too bad. I know it is a Vanarama National, but you've got to take into consideration the players he's playing with as well. You know, he's playing with similar players at PSG in the Vanarama National. It could be talking about 100 goals here and 100 assists, but he's not. So that is pretty good going, to tell the truth. In his second season in League 2, he got 43 goals and 12 assists. So 2 great seasons in the first 2 seasons there for Mbappe. Unfortunately, the next 3 seasons, they were stuck in League 1. He still did his part, though. 32 goals and 13 assists in his first season in League 1, and 25 goals and 7 assists. So that was a bit of a poor one, that one, has to be said, his second season in League 1. And in the third season, he got 34 goals and 22 assists, with 32 player of the matches as well. So, yeah, the final season just gone, he's done pretty well. Let's check out Maidenhead and their finishes in League 1. Well, of course, they got promoted in the first 2 seasons. They finished first in the Vanarama National League, and then they finished first of the League 2 as well. The first season in League 1, they finished 18th, and then they finished 6th, and then 5th. So they've actually done really well in the in League 1. They've got in the playoffs the last 2 seasons. They're actually losing the playoff final in one of these. Well, that's devastating. Last season, the season just gone actually, they lost in the final to Reading on penalties as well. They beat Bristol City in the semi-final as well. Obviously, Bristol City and Reading, more used to seeing those two in the Championship. So two much bigger teams than Maidenhead. So they did really well there. But to lose on penalties to Reading, that is absolutely devastating. What about the season before? They got to the playoffs the season before as well. Not to the final though. They must be knocked down the semi-final. Yeah, they were knocked down the semi-final to Bolton. So they went one step further this season, got to the playoff final, when lost to Reading. Will they go one step further next season and actually get promoted? We shall see. What about Erling Haaland then? He's still in League Two. But how has he done goals-wise? Well, I'm guessing he's scored a fair amount of goals, it has to be said. Well, they've just been in League One, but they've been relegated, which is disappointing. They didn't get promoted in the first season. Erling Haaland had only 25 starts that season, so I'm guessing he got an injury. Well, very early on to his life at Maidstone, he picked up a hip injury out for 3 months versus Serbia as well. International duty with Norway. Well, Mbappe's not getting the games for France, but Haaland is certainly getting the games for Norway still. 59 caps now and 52 goals, so he's absolutely flying for them. Carried on with his Maidstone career though. In the first season, 22 goals in 26 games in all competitions. That's pretty good going, but he's missed out a quarter of the season, a third of the season for injury there, which is disappointing. So it might have affected their first season getting promoted. The second season, he played 11 more games in the league, scored 8 more goals as well, and 13 assists as well, and they got promoted in that season. So it's a really good season for Maidstone and Haaland there. 35 goals and 17 assists in 45 games. 17 assists, not really what you'd associate with Haaland. He's normally banging the goals and for fun, and normally people set him up. But with Maidstone, he's a bit of an all-round player, it seems. In the third season, it seems like they went back-to-back promotions as well. Obviously, Maidenhead went up in the first season and the second season, where Maidstone went up in the second and third seasons. So very interesting. He got 26 goals in League Two in 36 games and 28 goals in all competitions as well. So decent, but not quite the same numbers as Mbappe there. In his first season in League One, though, he got 31 goals in 37 league games, 37 in all competitions. And his second season in League One, despite getting relegated that season, he scored 40 goals in 52 appearances. So that is disappointing, the fact they got relegated, but back-to-back promotions from both Maidenhead and Maidstone with Haaland and Mbappe. That is pretty good going, but Maidstone have been relegated back to League Two, which is disappointing. Well, unlike Maidenhead there with Mbappe, I'm getting very confused with Maidenhead and Maidstone. This wasn't a good idea, I'll tell you the truth. He finished 9th in the first season. Haaland only played 2/3 of the games there. They finished 2nd in the second season, 2nd again in League Two. So they didn't win the league title in any of those seasons, but they got promoted, so it doesn't really matter too much. Finished 15th, and in this season gone, they just got relegated, 21st in the league. Well, obviously, Maidenhead, lost in the playoff final. Well, they got relegated, but there's 5 points off Cambridge there, so they clearly was not good enough in that season, despite Haaland scoring so many goals. They just were not good enough, unfortunately. But anyway, that is the first 5 seasons done. Mbappe is playing in League One still. Haaland has been in League One, but now he's back in League Two. Will we see any of them in the Championship or even the Premier League 10 seasons in? We'll find out in a sec. Well. Just 5 seasons further down the line, and Mbappe is playing in the Championship, but Haaland and Maidstone have gone all the way back down to the Vanarama National League. So, wow. Three divisions separate the two now, which is devastating. So I think it's safe to say that Mbappe is winning this experiment for now. There's still 10 seasons to go yet. But yeah, it looks like Mbappe and Maidenhead are going to go much further in this experiment, and Haaland and Maidstone will, unfortunately. Well, let's check out Mbappe first of all. He's 33 years of age now. He's got more appearances for France, which is rather surprising. Of course, he didn't gain a single cap in the first 5 seasons there, but since then he's gained 33 caps and 17 goals. So, yeah, he's become a figurehead in the French national team again, which is very, very nice. Very bizarre as well. He just got completely frozen out. But I guess for him climbing the leagues, he's starting to attract the French Football Federation again, which is very interesting. Anyway, he's playing in the Championship these days. They've been playing in the Championship for a long old time as well. Feel like they missed their chance to get to the Premier League. Get to that in a second. But where we left off, yeah, one more season in League. So they did get promoted the season after that from League One. I did say that they lost in the playoff semi-final. They lost in the playoff final on penalties. The season after that, they got promoted. He got scored 21 goals and 13 assists. He also got 27 goals and 16 assists in all competitions to see him promoted there. And then it's been the next 4 seasons in the Championship, where he's chipped in very nicely, but not great numbers, it has to be said. Not great numbers at all. Well, they are great numbers, of course, but we're talking about Mbappe here. 19 goals only and 21 assists. 21 assists is very nice, but only 19 goals, not great. The next season, 21 goals and only 2 assists. That is a shocker. That is an absolute shocker. What is going on there? Season after that, 17 goals and 7 assists. And the season after that, 24 goals and 8 assists. I guess he's getting on a bit now, Mbappe, but Well, I say he's getting on a bit. He's 33. He's still got 18 acceleration, 18 pace. So there's no excuse for that, really. One of those seasons was terrible. Not getting the best out of him in the Championship, it seems, Maidenhead, which is disappointing. Let's check out their finishes then. Well, they finished second in League One the season after that, so they went up automatically, didn't need the playoffs, which is great. They finished 17th and then 20th the first 2 seasons, so just staving off relegation. Season after that, they finished 8th. There was a playoff push going on there, and the season just gone, they just finished 19th, unfortunately, which is disappointing, of course. But they are a regular in the Championship, 4 seasons on the bounce, about to start their 5th season in the Championship. That is very nice. Did Mbappe win any sort of competition with France as well? Let's check this out. He did. He won the World Cup with France in 2030, which of course is always nice. Also, at Maidenhead, he's won the Papa John's Trophy as well. So they've won the Vanarama National League, the League Two, and the Papa John's Trophy. So that's three trophies for Maidenhead there, which is very interesting. And that is it seems, and the World Cup. So he won 4 trophies so far in this experiment, Mbappe, which is nice. The World Cup obviously stands out very nicely there. He's won two titles with Maidenhead as well, the Vanarama National League and the League Two, and he's also won the Papa John's Trophy as well. So yeah, Mbappe is doing rather well with Maidenhead, but he just can't get him to the Premier League. Has his chance been missed now at 33 years of age? Probably, but I guess we'll find out at the end of the experiment here. But he's done really well, done better than Haaland, that is to tell you the truth. And Haaland back in the Vanarama National League. What is going on, Haaland? What is happening here? Can't you lift your club? Well, they've been in the Vanarama National now for the last 4 seasons, so they obviously got relegated from League One in the final season of the 5 there. They went down to League 2, where he scored 24 goals only in 43 games, only 4 assists, which is another poor one. This is Haaland we're talking about here. This is Haaland. They got relegated again, so they went from back-to-back promotions to back-to-back relegations, which is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Back in the Vanarama National, and they're about to start their 5th season in a row in the Vanarama National, so massive, massive disappointment this time around from Erling Haaland. He only got him to League One. Well, there's still time. There's still 10 seasons to go, but you know, with the latter stages of the career, well, he's still 31, so it still might be possible, I guess. But it seems like there's too much to do now for Maidstone. Can't see him getting to the I can't see him getting back to League 1, to be honest with you. Maybe back to League 2, but yeah, disappointing from Haaland. He's got 112 caps for Norway now and 84 goals, though. Has he won any competition, though, Erling Haaland here? Well, he won the FA Trophy, which isn't great. So you can only play that if you're in non-league, so a little bit disappointing. Yeah, that's it. Mbappe's won 3 club trophies and the World Cup, of course. And Haaland has won the FA Trophy, and he's down in the Vanarama National again. So I think it's safe to say Mbappe is winning this experiment as it stands. But anyway, let's go fast forward things now to the end of the experiment. 20 seasons deep. Will either of them get to the Premier League? We'll find out in a sec. Well, here we are, end of the experiment. 20 seasons deep. Mbappe is 43 years of age, and Haaland is 41 years of age. Mbappe and Maidenhead are back down in League 2, which is disappointing, of course. Last time we left them, they were in the Championship, but at least they're still in the Football League, I guess you could say. Had they been relegated back to non-league, though, find out in a second. And Haaland and Maidstone are actually in the Vanarama National League South. So Haaland has made Maidstone worse. They're actually lower off in the football pyramid than what it was when it started. So that is absolutely terrible. Check that out. You know what, we'll check out Erling Haaland first of all, before Mbappe, actually. How did they do? How did they get on? Well, that is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. When we left off, they haven't been out of non-league again with Haaland up front for them. Absolutely. They actually dropped out of the top 6 tiers. Oh my word. It's not only did they take them a division below what they were, they've got 2 divisions below. They actually got deleted from the game. Oh my word, that is absolutely terrible. Okay, fair enough. He was, well, that was actually the last season as well. So he actually brought them back up to the Vanarama South before he left them, which is something, I guess. But he was 40 years of age there, so let's not blame Haaland completely for that. But all this period here from his early 30s, maybe his late 20s as well, down in non-league, he couldn't lift him out of it. Absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. Obviously some good goal scoring form in here. 30 goals and 18 assists there stands out, as in the Vanarama South. So yeah, absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking from Haaland. He hasn't really taken him anywhere. He took him out to League 1. He's looking very promising at the start there. Back-to-back promotions, but after then it went all pear-shaped. Back-to-back relegations again. Back to reality, you'd say. And then since then, well, they've gone all the way down to the 7th tier, which is, yeah, absolutely terrible, unfortunately. He got 193 caps for Norway in the end, though, and 125 goals. So internationally, he did rather well. He still looks actually He doesn't look. He looks well, not even half the player of what he was, of course, but he still looks fairly usable for, say, a championship team. I'd say at the ripe old age of 41, where Mbappe, I don't think is going to be usable at all. His 19 actual fitness certainly has helped there. Did he win any other competition though with Maidstone or Norway? They got to the FA Trophy final again, where they lost, unfortunately. Runners up there, promoted Vanarama National League South by playoffs. For about playoffs again. So yeah, in 20 seasons, Haaland suffered more relegations than promotions, and he won one trophy, the FA Trophy. So not a great go in there from Haaland and Maidstone, to tell you the truth. It looked promising, but it ended up being an absolute shambles. When Mbappe, when we left off, they were very much an established championship team, Maidenhead. Since then, they're back down to League Two. What has happened here? This is what I mean about Mbappe. He's not very usable now with one stamina and one strength. He looks like he needs to retire, basically, doesn't he? Which is not surprising. He's 43 years of age. Anyway, let's check out his results here. Well, they haven't dropped out in the non-league again, so he's definitely made a big difference to Maidenhead there. They only actually started in the non-league, of course. They were promoted in the first season, and since then, they've been an established Football League team. They was in the Championship for a long time. They got relegated again, bounced back up again, went down to League One. But as you can see here, it's not really that much of a coincidence that their drop in the leagues here, the drop in form, has coincided with Mbappe's aging there, as you can see. Down to the League One, back to the Championship again. The established League One team. Look at Mbappe's numbers here. 4 goals, 3 assists, 8 and 1, 5 and 4, 3 and 1, down to League Two. So Mbappe took Maidenhead pretty much as far as they could go. It's disappointing though, the fact that they did 8 seasons in the Championship with them and they couldn't get promoted once from there, which is very disappointing. But this is definitely much more of a success than last year's Foot Manager. Last year's Foot Manager, as I said, Mbappe was at Wealdstone and Haaland was at Weymouth. The best any of them did was Haaland with Weymouth, and they finished bottom of the Championship. So this time around, Mbappe turned them into a regular Championship team, a well-established Championship team. But no further than that, unfortunately. Still yet to see one of them take their team to the Premier League. Maybe next time I do this video, they might do that. Anyway, let's check out to see if he won any more competitions with France or Maidenhead. Well, he won the World Cup in 2030, but I think that was there on the last stage there. They won League One again, champions in 2034. So he won another competition. So 5 in total for Mbappe and 1 for Haaland. So I think it's safe to say there's really only one winner out of this experiment video, and that is Mbappe and Maidenhead. Haaland and Maidstone really let the experiment down there. But very interesting to see what could happen. Mbappe took him to the Championship, but couldn't take him any further. And that's the end of the video, guys. Please remember, if you like this video, hit that like button for me. It'd really help this video get some more people. And also, let me know to make more videos like this in the future. And also, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out, and it'd much appreciated as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.